Chris Paul has officially signed with the San Antonio Spurs. While some people are complaining that the Spurs are tanking for Cooper Flag and wasting Wembanyama's career, I believe that this will end up being the best offseason signing by any team. And today, I'm going to tell you why I believe the Spurs will make the playoffs and Victor Wembanyama will be in the MVP conversation. Chris Paul is infamous for his playoff performances and getting injured in important moments.
Is this the dagger?
However, he is undeniably one of the best point guards of all time. Chris Paul can pass the rock better than Tom Brady and shoot mid-range at 48% efficiency, higher than Kevin Durant and Michael Jordan. Nowadays, Chris Paul has been known as a player coach and one of the most valuable vets to have on a team because of his winning mentality and ability to develop young kids. And I'm not talking about in a Karl Malone way.
Hi, I'm the mailman and I work too hard.
I'm talking about transforming players into superstars.
And so Shay would come over to my house before practice just to eat because I had a chef. You know what I'm saying? Night after games, Shay at my house, him and Darius Baisley, Lou Dort or whatnot. You know what I'm saying? So Shay, I mean, when I play in Toronto, he ain't even my teammate no more. And his mom and dad come to the game. You know what I'm saying?
Before CP3, Shea had an average rookie year, scoring 10 points with 3 assists on 47% shooting. Then, after being traded to the Thunder for Paul George in 2019, SGA paired with Chris Paul and instantly blossomed. The 4 years post Chris Paul, Shea averaged 27.4 points and 5.9 assists on over 50% shooting. This year, he finished second in MVP voting. But what CP3 is really known for is creating high percentage shots for his big man. CP3 turned DeAndre Jordan from a below average center to become an all NBA first team player. His points increased by 50% and rebounds increased by 66%. Chris Paul had this man so open that he led the league in shooting percentage 5 years in a row. Using the data I collected from CP3's impact on DeAndre Jordan and DeAndre Ayton, I predicted that Wembanyama is going to put up 25.7 points, 13.5 rebounds, 4.5 assists, 1.4 steals, and 3.1 blocks next season. Similar numbers to Anthony Davis, where he was on the All-NBA second team. So now, you may be wondering, how are Wemby, Ken Scrubs, and an old Chris Paul going to make the playoffs? Let me introduce you to Stephon Castle. The 6'6", 215-pound point guard was the 4th pick in the 2024 draft out of the University of Connecticut. On the Huskies, he led the Big East freshmen in points, rebounds, and assists. The funny thing is, though, he's not known for his offense, but rather for his defense. He can comfortably guard 1 through 4, and with the help of Wemby's elite interior defense, it's going to be very difficult for any team to outscore them. In college, Castle had his own dominant big man, who he could throw lobs to. His name is Donovan Clingan, the 7th pick in the draft to the Portland Trail Blazers. The duo went on to win the national championship in the most dominant run in March Madness history. And I wouldn't be surprised if Stephon Castle and Victor Wembanyama do something similar in the future. While Chris Paul is arguably the best player in the NBA to get the ball to Wemby, he is also probably the best person for Stephon Castle to be mentored by. CP3 can read NBA offenses like a children's book. And if Castle can learn even a fraction of his knowledge, he will be unstoppable on defense with his lengthy wingspan and quick lateral movement. Additionally, Chris Paul was able to transform Devin Booker from a walking turnover to one of the best playmaking guards in the league. It's only a matter of time before the same thing happens to Stephon. The San Antonio Spurs have been going through a rough couple of years.
Number 4, the Spurs. Chuck, they had too many churros before the game. No, they didn't. Kenny, let me get some of that Spanish music. Come on, man.
There's no need to worry, Spurs fans. Like a good neighbor, Chris Paul is there. For every team CP3 has joined, the number of wins increased, except for the Thunder, but that's because Paul George got traded for a bunch of draft picks, and their goal was to tank, but Chris still took them to the playoffs. In fact, every team that CP3 joins, the number of wins increases by an average of 38.5%. If this keeps up, that means that the Spurs will go from 22 wins to 30, just off of Chris Paul's influence. If you factor in Wemby's development and Stephon Castle's impact, this team could surpass the 40-win mark and make the play-in tournament. Alright, that's going to be enough Chris Paul glazing for me today, but hopefully now you understand why this pickup is such a big deal. You know what else is a big deal? Bronny James being drafted to the Lakers. Click this video to see why he made history. Have a wonderful day.